Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Excesso Show. We're center for tonight's Pacific Division matchup between the Turlock Express and the Tacoma Stars. And good evening to those watching on MASL TV. You're watching the Tacoma Stars Coaches Show. I'm Tacoma Stars public address announcer Randy McNair, along with Tacoma Stars coach and general manager Darren Sawatsky. Well, the Stars are back home after a two-game Pacific Division road trip. Thursday night, they play the Ontario Fury, won by a score of 8-6. It's the second time they beat the Fury this year in as many games, and they have two left. The following day, the Stars went to San Diego, lost by a score of 8-3. And, of course, we always know it's hard to play in San Diego. And it's funny, Coach, how we always seem to play San Diego at the tail end of a road trip. And that's got to have some sort of effect on a soccer team.
Yeah, you know, our boys went into Ontario and they took care of business. You know, that's a very good team, tough place to play. You know, we found a way to win that game, and, you know, to turn around with less than 24 hours of rest and have to play a fresh, undefeated team in the league is difficult at best. You know, it always seems like we're catching them on the back end of a road trip where they've had a rest day and we haven't. But there's no excuses. We made some mistakes in that game that we don't normally make, and in order to be a playoff contender type team, we have to clean that up and take care of our own business.
Coach, let's talk about your recent trade acquisition, Nick Pereira. It was back in December. Since picking up Pereira, you guys have scored 22 goals in 3 games. That's averaging over 7 goals a game, which is a lot better than what you had beforehand, correct?
Yeah, you know, the reality is this. You know, I love every player on my team, but the first half of the season, we were averaging about 4.8 goals a game, and that's just not going to get you into any type of playoff contention. So we made a change. Nick's been a welcome addition. He plugs right in like a Lego piece, and, you know, we've been scoring goals. You know, the reality, though, is, you know, you always get that burst. Now we got to see if we can do it consistently.
Coach, if Turlock had the choice to choose to play on a day where they thought they'd beat you, it'd probably be tonight, because you went to Ontario, you put everything you had in that Ontario game, and then you had to play San Diego the day after. You've been on the road for 4 of the last 5 days. So how do you plan to stop Turlock tonight and their efforts in beating you?
Well, we're at home, so Turlock's going to need to stop us. You know, they've got a good team. They're always very tough to play against. They have caught us after a long road trip. But again, there's no excuses here. We have business to take care of, and we're going to take care of it tonight.
Coach, Turlock, they have Ivan Campos. He's definitely the workhorse of that team. Takes a lot of shots. He's got 20 goals, 10 assists with 30 points. Coach, how do you plan to stop Ivan tonight?
You know, there's Arturo Polito Jr. and Adrian Gutierrez, who are back into form now. Those guys will look to feed Ivan. We have to make sure that we don't give them the opportunity to feed the big man, because the big man pounded 4 goals in on us last time. You know, it's our guys will be motivated to make sure that doesn't happen, and more importantly, we need to win the game. So if we can take him out of it, it definitely gives us a chance to do so.
Coach, let's talk about Philip Lund, an outdoor guy that you picked up this offseason. I'm sure a lot of us were thinking that maybe he needed to get seasoned a little bit in the indoor game, but this guy's an offensive pillar for this team. Leads the team in goals, and I'm just wondering, has Philip reached his max, or have we just touched the tip of the iceberg with him?
Well, there's a few questions there. The big one is indoor is a different game than outdoor. You know, he's had varied success at a high level at outdoor. He's doing very well for us, but he's got a long ways to go in terms of understanding of the game. He's just a great soccer player, and, you know, more importantly, he's been one of the best additions we've had in our team from the outside ever since I've been involved. He's a great man. You know, I'd leave him with my kids every day of the week and twice on Sundays. So he's, you know, you get both sides. He's somebody we want to keep around for a long time, and we hope he keeps banging goals in this year.
Coach, let's do a little injury report here. We got Derek Johnson, who had the broken nose, and Robert Palmer. What's their status is, and when can we expect to see both of them back?
You know, Derek had surgery on Friday to have his nose repaired after the elbows that he sustained in that first Ontario game. You know, he's doing great. We're going to hold him out tonight. I mean, he's eligible to play, but it's a coach's decision. But you should see him on the road with an extra special mask on his face to protect that new pretty nose. Robert's still working through coming back from a groin pull. He's getting closer, but he's not quite ready to suit.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tonight it's the Tacoma Stars and the Turlock Express. 10 games left remain in the regular season, and the Stars are in a mass playoff hunt. They're fighting it out with Ontario. 2 games left with Ontario. But tonight we focus on Turlock, and we handle business with them. The Express, Stars, coming up next. Fans, we have a very special guest joining us for tonight's game from the radio station Spirit 105.3 in Seattle. Please welcome afternoon host Sam Kelly for tonight's ceremonial first kick. Sam is the afternoon host on Spirit 105.3 FM Monday through Friday from 2 to 7. She's married to her husband Carlos, and they have a beautiful daughter whose name is Zoe. Her favorite Spirit 105.3 artist is David Crowder, and Disa, and Toby Mac. And as a side note for you gamers, Sam is the voice of Princess Peach and Toad in Nintendo's Mario Kart games. All right, Sam, let's get this night underway. Nice kick, Sam. Could not have done it better myself. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Sam Kelly. Thanks for joining us, Sam. Your attention, please. Now making their way to the penalty box are tonight's officials. It's now time to announce tonight's rosters. First, for the visiting Turlock Express. Starting with goalie number 25, Martin Sanchez. Defender number 29, Adrian Plasencia. Forward number 12, Jorge Carmona. Defender number 4, Luis Martinez. Midfielder number 19, Matthew Germain. The forward, number 17, Carlos Manzo. Midfielder number 14, Martin Arista. Defender number 47, Manny Villegas. And the starting lineup for Turlock, defender number 15, Adrian Pulido. Forward number 24, Ivan Campos. Forward number 10, Adrian Gutierrez. Forward number 9, Arturo Pulido. And at goal tonight, number 1, Edgar Martinez. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017-18 Turlock Express.
Tonight, boys. Let's go get it, huh? Stars on 3. 1, 2, 3, start!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make some noise. Let's bring out your Tacoma Stars. Starting with forward, number 12, Dizzy Dan Antonio. Forward number 14, Vince McCluskey. Midfielder number 8, Philip Lund. Midfielder number 11, Jamel Juice Cox. Midfielder number 5, Trevor Jensen. Your Stars are led by Coach Darren Sawatsky. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your Tacoma Stars. At this time, we ask you to please rise.
Kindly remove your hats and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the singing of our national anthem. Performed tonight by Tacoma recording artist Audrey Collins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the peril were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Audrey Collins.
Better?
Good evening and welcome to downtown Kent, Washington for tonight's MASL matchup between the Tacoma Stars and the visiting Turlock Express. My name is John McLamory, joined alongside Brandon Sparks for tonight's broadcast of the game here on MASL TV. Turlock comes into the game with a 2-11 record overall, while Tacoma, after a split on the road earlier this weekend, comes in at 5-7 on the season. As I mentioned, the Stars coming off a road split, an 8-5 win over Ontario on Thursday, and then falling on Friday to San Diego by a score of 8-3. Tacoma on a bit of a roll, though, after picking up Nick Herrera in December. And against Turlock this season, 2-0 is the record, as they beat Turlock 7-3 in California earlier in November. And then most recently, an 8-5 win on November 17th here in Kent, Washington. Brandon, what do you expect to see tonight out of these two teams?
Well, you know, you can never discount the Turlock Express, but let's be honest, they've been struggling this year, and you're hoping that the Tacoma Stars can really get it going and pick up a big win that they need tonight. They've played them fairly well this season, and I expect them to do the same tonight, especially since Turlock really only traveled with 12 total players, so they're a little short-handed tonight.
Yeah, and I remember the last time they met, Ivan Campos lit up the Stars. He had 4 goals in that game, and the Stars had no answers for him. He was doing whatever he pleased. But hopefully Tacoma solved that riddle. And tonight, they want to get back into their winning ways. And no better opponent this season than Turlock, as I mentioned. 2-0 this season are the Stars against Turlock. We're about ready to get going here. Devon Campos in the center circle. And we are underway here in Kent, Washington. Plays it back to Adrian Polito. Polito passes over to Adrian Gutierrez. The goalie tonight, Martin Sanchez for Turlock. And Tacoma gets back on the front foot. That's Jamel Cox, or make that Joey Jertson down there in the corner. But the break is on now for Ontario, and here comes Campos with it. But a good job by Evan McNeely to track back and break it up. Waltman with it now to Alan Matingu, the Frenchman. And he finds Joey Jertson, who looks to set the offense. Jertson plays it into the corner, nobody there. Philip Lund, the intended target of that pass, but he ran to the middle. And nothing doing there. So both teams settling in, 13:56 remaining here in the first quarter, 0-0 is the score. Sanchez now kicks it down low, finds Carlos Manzo, but it's broken up by Peterson. Peterson having another outstanding defensive season for Tacoma as he wins that ball back, and Tacoma now on the front foot looking to make some moves here.
Down?
So now Keats has it. Keats to Peterson. Peterson back over to Keats. Waltman now taking it. Finds Matingu. Long pass in. Finds McCluskey. Heads it back into space, but nobody there. And now Jorge Carmona. The long lead pass out. Covered by Ontario. The shot goes just high. The shot by Carlos Manzo. But Waltman able to corral it, and Tacoma now looks to start again. Chase Hansen now leads the breakout over to Jertson. Jertson with the step over, no shot there. Matingu now passes to Jertson, back to Allen. .12:15 remaining here in the period. No shots on goal by either team, and that pass floated right into the hands of the goalkeeper. And Sanchez just passes it down into nothing, and now Tacoma's going to take back over possession. Here comes Peterson, the freshly shaved Troy Peterson. Now McNeely. Bodied up by Adrian Gutierrez. Passes it down to Lund, gets it back to McNeely. McNeely over to Peterson. Peterson looking for Pereira, finds him off the glass. Tries to turn. Sanchez snags that pass out of the way. A streaking Lund was looking for the recovery there. Couldn't get it. Now the ball kicked out of play by Arturo Polito. Tacoma now on the break. Sanchez comes out. Now Peterson has it down in the corner, finds McCluskey. Double team, gets it back to Peterson. Peterson now finds a wide open Lund on the near side. Lund fakes a shot, plays it to McCluskey, leaves it off for McNeely, who's forced to react. Now Peterson with the one-timer off the glass. Rebound shot just high. Rebound by Jamail Cox just went high over the boards.
Yeah, just a nice feed there and right into the middle, and he had an open look at it, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not bearing that.
Yeah, just a little tough hop there. Now Campos with it. Ball played up. He kicks off the top of the boards, and Matingo gets it back. Matingo breaking towards the goal, but Sanchez able to recover. And Ontario dodges a bullet there as Matingo was going to be one-on-one with the keeper. Able to get it away. And Ontario content to play the possession game now as Sanchez tries to find Campos, loses it to Matingo, but he gives it right back. And Campos ends up getting fouled by Alan Matingu, and a restart coming up for Turlock. Short restart by Villegas. Villegas wearing the neck warmer tonight. Always a good accessory in an indoor game. That's Adrian Polito out there with the pass back to Sanchez. Sanchez looking for an inlet pass, didn't find it, and Tacoma takes over. Jertson and Keats bodied up in the corner. They lose possession, and now there's Adrian Polito again with it. Polito with a shot, and the shot goes high, and the shot goes wide.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So Chase Hansen now on the restart. There's Nick Pereira. He's been a spark plug ever since he came here. And the Stars have responded. This time, though, his pass misses the mark. And Turlock maintains possession. That's Adrian Gutierrez, who passes it over to Jorge Carmona. And a long pass in to Sanchez. Actually, that's Luis Martinez.
Turlock's getting a little under the ball so far tonight. They've put them halfway up the net 2 or 3 times already.
But Tacoma unable to maintain any semblance of possession right now. And Turlock kind of excited probably to see the clock tick down. 8:46 to go in the first quarter. No shots on goal so far by either team. Now Matthew Germain with it. Passes across the field but loses possession. Now Lund with the left foot shot just wide. Jamail Cox picks it up off the boards and plays it back to Matingu. Boy, that was a great shot by Lund, left-footed. Just went wide. Now McNeely down low to Pereira. Pereira, double team, turns it to the inside, plays it off the boards and loses it to the hands of Martin Sanchez.
Yeah, we've talked about it before throughout the season, but Darren Swatsky says that Philip Lund has one of the strongest shots he's seen in a while, and you saw it there. Just a little bit wide, though.
Yeah, Sanchez was beat. No doubt about that. It just kicked wide off the red post, and tough luck there for Tacoma. So there's Ramon Palmer. Over to Vince McCluskey, back to McNeely. McNeely with some space, curls it towards the inside. Now Palmer lets it go, plays it off the boards, and just low and into the hands of Sanchez. 7:30 to go. Outlet by Sanchez, intercepted by Peterson. And now here comes Troy. Troy on the near side. The shot goes just high. Looked like Sanchez might have got a fingertip on it to knock it a little high. And now Turlock with a quick breakout. And that was Adrian Placencia who went down very easily as the ball got away from him. But Tacoma regains possession now. 7:03 remaining in the first. Troy Peterson. Peterson leaves it off. Jertson get the rebound, makes a man miss. Off the board, shot by Pereira just wide. But Pereira maintains possession, and the ball gets back to McNeely now. Cross field over to Peterson down low. There's Jertson. Now Tacoma with a little bit of sustained pressure. Ball goes down into the corner for Pereira. Make that Dan Antoniuk. There's Antoniuk again. Oh, makes a couple people miss. The shot goes just wide as Tacoma's peppering the sides of the goal, but not making anything on frame right now. And now Turlock caught in a change. What can Tacoma do? They're going to play it back to Jamail Cox. Cox over to Lund. Looked for the one-timer, but here comes Campos. Campos on a 1-on-4. And Campos, the only one who tried to even get to the ball there, as he has taken on 4 Tacoma Stars on his own, and that was highly unsuccessful. Now here comes Jamail Cox. Cox leaves it off. The ball comes back to him. The shot goes just wide across the boards. Held in by Lund. Lund off the boards this time. Kept in by Sanchez. He spilled it, but it's cleared out by Turlock and a restart at the top. But we're going to have a timeout here on the field with 5:31 remaining here in the first. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back to the action here in beautiful Kent, Washington, home of the Tacoma Stars. Where the Stars are going to have a restart at the top of the box. Waltman's ready in the green outfit. Lund stands over it. Lund steps over. Pereira leaves it off. The shot by Peterson or Jertson is blocked. But Tacoma's going to maintain possession. It goes all the way back to Waltman. Now Raphael Cox plays it to Peterson. Peterson long into Pereira. Pereira, the one-timer, blocked on the shot by Turlock, and Turlock just content to kick the ball down the field as they have had no possession in the last 4 or 5 minutes of gameplay. It's been all Tacoma. Now the ball goes into the corner off the Galaxy. Held in by Pereira. Pereira to Hansen. Hansen plays it behind his back. Kicks it back to Peterson. Peterson, nobody on Peterson. Campos laid off by 10 yards on him. Peterson now chips it down to Pereira. Pereira leaves it off Jertson. Off the boards. Forced back to Peterson. Now Pereira to Jertson. Into the middle and just off the feet of Raphael Cox. And I'll tell you, Brandon, the one-time touches by Nick Pereira are exquisite.
Yeah, that's one of those things. He's the beach captain, beach soccer captain, U.S. beach soccer captain, and that's one of the things he talked about in an interview I did with him earlier. It just teaches you to be so good with those one touches and just be good with the ball in the air, and that's what beach soccer does for you.
Yeah, and that was Adrian Placencia with a shot across the face of goal. Harmless, but keep Tacoma on notice that Turlock is here. Now the shot by McCluskey, slide blocked by Placencia, but McCluskey keeps it in, and he plays it back to McNeely. 3:40 to go in the first. Leg shot by McNeely. It was actually a pass to Lund, and Lund couldn't get it in the back of the net. And the ball ends up in the hands of Martin Sanchez for Turlock. And now Turlock gives it away again. Just a sloppy first quarter all around. One shot on goal total. Here comes Jamail Cox. Jamail Cox with the head of steam. Makes a man miss off the boards. Nobody there for the rebound. And Turlock able to get it away, but McNeely steals it right back. McNeely with space plays it over to Lund. And now Alan Matingu gives it over to Ramon Palmer. Palmer cross to Lund. And now Corey Keats in the game. Keats to Matingu. Matingu with space but couldn't contain the pass, and he's forced all the way back. And he kicks it to Danny Waltman. 2:25 remaining in the first. Matingu with it. The Parisian, the pass over to the Dane, Philip Lund. Now to Dan Antoniuk. Dizzy Dan back to Lund. Lund with the shot. Goes wide. Held in by Keats. Tacoma's in on every rebound. Turlock can't win the ball back. Antoniuk with it now. Back heel to Lund. Lund plays it across. Snagged by Sanchez. And here the break is on for Turlock. 3-on-3. Monzo with it. Off the boards. Nobody there for Turlock, but held in by Carmona. Carmona and Villegas. Now Villegas. Plays it back to Luis Martinez. Martinez down into the corner where he finds his man Placencia, who turns and shoots it just wide. Almost hit Gololeo in the head. And Gololeo reacting in kind.
Yeah.
Now Pereira. And that ball just kind of a wasted pass as Turlock gets it right back. Now that's Campos, the money man, the guy that scores goals in bunches. 4 the last time these two teams played. 45 seconds remaining here in the period. Campos with it, held in by Hansen. He gets around and plays it into the middle. Nobody there. Pass just behind his man. And now the break is on for Tacoma. Nick Pereira. Nick Pereira, step over, pass over. Ball back. Oh, it's played out of there by Luis Martinez. What a great defensive play with 20 seconds to go in the period, and that probably saved a goal. And now a 3-on-2 for Turlock. Campos over to Polito. Polito, the shot goes just high. And now Tacoma can break if they want it. And they do. Here comes Peterson. Peterson to Pereira. Pereira plays it back. The shot. And it's just saved by Sanchez at the buzzer. And we're going to leave the first 15 minutes behind with a score of 0-0. And we'll be right back for the second quarter of action after this break.
Welcome Liga Azteca to the field. Liga was established in 2012, and they have youth ranging from 5 years of age to 15 years of age. And their teams are co-ed. They also have youth from South King County and Pierce County. They have men's leagues as well. They were also here before the game today, and they had a couple games they played on the arena turf. It's an honor having these young boys and girls joining us today here at the Shower Center. We thank them for their support of Tacoma Stars Soccer. They host youth soccer camps with former professional players and former coaches from Mexico. They come teach the youth. They also have plans for future soccer camps in 2018. Through soccer and commitment to excellence, they provide young men and women with an experience that will guide the development of their character, athletic and academic leadership abilities, and their sense of community. If you have any questions about Liga Azteca, please email them at kentaztecasoccerleague@yahoo.com. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Liga Azteca. Fans, don't forget we're having our mini ball toss after the third quarter, and we're dishing out some incredible prizes for just $2 a ball. You'll have a chance to try and toss as many mini balls as you purchase into our styling Tacoma Stars target. Successful tosses will be gathered and entered into a drawing for fabulous prizes, including your own suite experience.
Welcome back to the action here in beautiful downtown Kent, Washington. The Tacoma Stars and the Turlock Express are tied up at 0 to begin the second quarter. And with the call of the action, here's Brandon Sparks.
So Stars off here, and they tried to do a little something tricky there to begin this quarter. Did not work. And now Turlock on the attack. Waltman dives in front of it. Yeah, they played it off the wall there. I think it was Palmer ran off into the box, and Jamel Cox jumped out, but nobody fell for it, so.
No, not even the announcers.
We're wise. We may say Ontario occasionally and call Sanchez Martinez, but we're wise. Pereira turns into the middle. Palmer, but broken up by Turlock. Played between John Snyder's legs. Through the wickets and all the way back. If we had a clock on possession in that first quarter, it probably would have been about 13 minutes for the Stars, maybe 2 for Turlock. But we're 0-0. And really, neither team has had that great of opportunities. Tacoma has peppered the sides of the goals, but just the one shot on goal, two actually, and one for Turlock so far. One of the best chances came from Campos late in that half. Now Peralta stops and turns it back, gives it back to McNeely. McNeely will backtrack. Again, Turlock, just 12 players suited up, 10 field players tonight. Lund. Martinez makes the save. Now Lund gets it back, puts it off, and Martinez, a little kick save again. Now Turlock trying to get it out of there, and it ends up for Tacoma once again. Peterson will play it to Keats. He almost got jumped by the man coming out of the box. It gets played back to Waltman, so no harm there. Joey Jertson just having a sit on the side. He finally gets it, and now goes over to Peterson, or Keats, excuse me. Back to Peterson and over to Waltman. Jertson to Vince McCluskey. Wiping the hand away of Polito. Keats fires one, a little bit high. Rebound out. Going to be kept in by the Stars. McCluskey. Ball popped high in the air. Peterson. And now McCluskey fighting for it with Polito. Jensen. Shot blocked by Campos. Still trying to get it out of there, and Tacoma will keep it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that ball just went off the face of Adrian Polito as Jermaine tried to clear it out, and it's kept in Tacoma's end of on their attacking end of the field.
Keats back to Matingu. Matingu, one of the MASL Team of the Week players this week. Second time that has happened this season for the Stars, as Alex Megson picked one up for his bicycle kick tying goal at the end of regulation in the opener. Now over to Matingu and played back to Chase Hansen. Chase Hansen will go over to Joey Jertson. Well, we're a good 3.5 minutes into this half, and it's been all Stars. Matingu. Goal! Alan Matingu to Dan Antoniuk, and he kills it into the back of the net. 1-0 Stars.
Yeah, that was a beautifully executed give and go by Matingu and Antoniuk. Antoniuk with the pass. Matingu plays it off the boards as Antoniuk kept his run going. Nothing that Martinez could do to stop that one. And Antoniuk, just beautiful. Look at this, right off the boards, bam. And nothing Antoniuk could do but put it in the back of the net. 1-0, Tacoma with the lead.
Well, when you've had the ball that long, something good is finally going to happen. And once again, right away, Tacoma gets it back. And they will settle it down and take a look. So 1-0 Stars after Dan Antoniuk's goal. And a beauty it was. And now the Stars will punch it forward. Pereira.
Once again, Stars' first goal, scored by number 12, Dan Antoniuk, his second goal.
Peterson now to Pereira. Pereira backing up, lays it off, shot, goal! Perfect pass by Nick Pereira. Troy Peterson with the goal. 2-0 Stars.
And there's Nick Pereira again. That influence he has on the control of play is unbelievable. As he just held the ball backed up, waited for Peterson to streak to a position where he could shoot, and that's exactly what he did. And Tacoma now asserting their will on the Turlock Express.
You could see that coming. It was just lining up for it, just waiting for Peterson to come. And here's take a look at the replay. And there was just nobody there. Somebody completely lost their mark. And Troy Peterson buried it. 2-0 Stars And a timeout taken. 10:35 remaining. We'll take a timeout as well.
We need some t-shirts. How about some t-shirts, fans? If you want some t-shirts, make some noise. We've got Galileo, Starman, and Perry coming out, throwing out t-shirts. If you want one, you better yell for one.
And both of those goals, not too much pressure on them. Relatively easy forays into the middle of the field. And the Stars have the lead, and they're going to get the ball back as Alan Matingu comes down with it. Pushes it up quickly. Jensen goes down after a little bit of a bump. Nothing doing, though. And Edgar Martinez, go ahead and throw it on up.
And I'll tell you one thing, too. I just realized I don't think there's been a single penalty in this game or a single foul.
Have to take a look, but I think you're right now that I think about it. Clean game so far, that's for sure. Martinez will send it deep. Campos. Standing up, takes a look, feeds it right into the middle, knocked down, or goes down at least. Matingu now has McCluskey in front of him. Palmer, and now Matingu in the middle. Didn't get much on that as he tried to go left-footed. And Edgar Martinez gloves it. Will send it up.
Yeah, I think the ball just kind of got away from him enough, and he needed to get a shot off. Just with a little toe poke, couldn't get anything on it, like you said.
Oh, now Matingu. Oh, just a heavy touch, and Martinez is there with the foot to take it away. Matingu couldn't quite catch up to his first touch. Now Villegas up the near side, lays it off, shot. Waltman with the save. He makes that body big, goes down. Now quickly coming up, Rafael Cox fires, cross, and just wide. Antoniuk will backtrack and get it. Goes over to Jertson. Jertson not much in front of him. And Edgar Martinez pounces on that before Antonio can come up with it. That was Arturo Polito making life interesting for his goalkeeper, Edgar Martinez.
Yeah, almost disaster there as they both went for the ball, and luckily Martinez able to corral it before things got out of hand there.
Now Peterson over to Hansen. Now Antoniuk right in the middle. Collapse on him. Gives it back out to Peterson. Over to Cox. This has felt like a 22-minute power play so far in this game.
Yeah, that's a good explanation. Yeah, that's kind of the way it's felt like.
And now Peterson will play it back. Actually, no, he'll stop on it. Give it over to Hansen. Now to Cox. Antoniuk. Plays it off the board to himself, and it will be cleared back to Waltman. McNeely fresh onto the field. Over to Lund, and now to Matingu comes back on. Got Pereira down low right now, or, well, not down low, but at the point. And McNeely will go down to Pereira. Pereira stops Takes a look, leaves it off for McNeely, plays it off the boards right in the middle. That ball gets lost in there. Jurtson had a chance at it, but Turlock will have it. Let's see if they can get some possession, and the answer is maybe.
And that was a good play by Arturo Pulido there. 'Cause that ball came in, and it looked like, I think it was Chase Hansen that was going to get in position to shoot, and he just bodied him off. It was a good defensive play there by Pulido.
Oh, Matingu gambled on that. Villegas, the shot across, no. Campos will try to keep it in. It's touched forward by Matingu, and now Pereira runs into his man but keeps it. Streaker on the far side. That's Cox. Cox fires. Goal! Jamel Cox finds some space, puts the Stars up 3-0.
And once again, that goal was all off the foot of Nick Pereira as he looked up and saw a streaking Jamel Cox put the ball exactly where he needed it to be placed across the field. A difficult pass, and Cox slams it past Martinez. It's 3-0. That is a beautiful pass.
Yeah, just a perfect pass from Nick Pereira. Jamel Cox wide open as he completely beat his man down the field. And Tacoma breaking it open here in the second quarter, 3-0. 6:09 remaining in the first half of play.
A pretty sluggish first quarter by both teams. Tacoma's really opened it up here.
Again, if you have 90% of possession, things are going to happen. Pulido dumps it down deep. Now Villegas giving chase. It's into the middle. Ooh, Waldman has to save it. Clear it out of there. And now Martinez sends it into the corner. Villegas. He'll get it back, and now back near midfield. Fires it off the boards and can't come up with it was Martinez. Now that's got to be a foul. There you go.
There it is. 5:08 to go in the second quarter, and that's the first foul of the game.
Pretty clear one as well. 3-0. Stars with the lead. 5:08 remaining in the second quarter of play. Up to Antoniuk. Lays it off to Keats. Now Keats and Martinez pops it up into the netting. And so it's going to be a restart down low.
And I take it back. There was a foul in the first quarter by Tacoma.
Aha.
There was. So Turlock committed their first foul.
Very clean game so far tonight. Jurtson. Cox fires. Good save by Martinez. And it goes back to McNeely and over to Keats. He'll punch it to Waltman. Ball right in the middle. Turlock has it. Shot saved by Waltman. Foot save. And now the counter by Tacoma. Jurtson. Oh, tried to go past him. And then, yeah, they're just going to get a foul on Cox.
That's going to be, I thought that the referee was reaching for something, but he didn't call it.
That was Jamel Cox trying to just block the ball.
Yeah.
But it ended up sliding into the man because he didn't react.
Yeah.
he didn't shoot it. So it is a foul.
Yeah.
Now Martinez having a hard time finding anybody to deliver to.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the loss of Derek Johnson. He's not in the lineup tonight, recovering from surgery for a broken nose suffered against Ontario in their last home game.
Yeah, I thought the way in the coaches show, Darren Swatsky was talking, I thought maybe he'd make an appearance tonight. But, yeah, just coming off of a surgery recently.
He had the mask.
He had the mask. I know, Rip Hamilton style. I thought he was going to make it. Now Pereira, I thought he was going to go up and get that and put it in, but didn't quite get any elevation, a little bit over his head. Hansen now to Lund. Lund lays it across. Shot high. Lund fires it against the boards a little bit well wide. Hansen to Lund. 3:17 remaining here in the second quarter. Hansen. Gangnam style. Now Keats will play it up to Antoniuk. Antoniuk turns along the boards, lays it. Ooh, that loose ball in the middle, but nobody was there for Tacoma. Now Jamail Cox fires. Doesn't get all the way through.
Right into the side of Antoniuk.
Yeah, Placencia. Let's see if Turlock. Hey, they're gonna get a restart. They have had so little possession in this first half. It's something else. Adrian Polito will play it back. Campos has had one dangerous moment, and that's it. 30 goals on the season, and he has been a non-factor so far. Martinez up. To the far side. That is Arturo Polito. Into the middle to Gutierrez. So this is the longest stretch of possession that Turlock has had all evening. Now Edgar Martinez into the corner. Campos looking to turn. There you go. He gets a shot, but Waltman makes the save. And now Jensen streaking down. He's got McCluskey on the far side, and right in the middle, that's Jamail Juice Cox. Lays it to McCluskey. Just high. Just high. They had that all set up, but Vince McCluskey just barely gets under it.
That just bounced off the corner of the woodwork there. Skidded high up into the netting.
3-0, 1:29 remaining in the first half of play. Hansen doing battle. Lays it off across. Martinez will touch it back to Martinez. I noticed that Martinez on the back of his jersey is something different. Trying to get a good look at it. McCluskey. Lays it off back to McCluskey. Saved by Edgar Martinez.
What a save.
And that was a rocket. Now Polito, 43 seconds left. Villegas right into the middle. Takes the shot, but it's knocked off of McNeely. McCluskey has it taken high with that shot, and Waltman will come up with it. It's 24 seconds remaining in the half. Waltman will send it up to Pereira. 13 seconds. Pereira. Back. He gets it, puts it into the middle, trying to clear it. Martinez does get a foot to it. 4 seconds left. Gonna have to take a shot. McNeely. And it's going to be knocked out of there, and that will do it for the first half of play here at the Acesso Showwear Center. Tacoma gets the shutout for the first half, and they lead 3-0. We will take a break. We'll see you after halftime. You're watching Tacoma Star Soccer.
We got Darren Swatsky down here on the field. We're going to catch him before he heads to halftime break. Coach, this team seems alive and well after being on the road for the last 5 days. Hard question, is there anything that you guys can do better in the second half?
A lot. We need to finish. We finish a couple more, and the game will be on. Gotta find a way to pick up those heavy runs.
coach. All right, fans, we got our halftime show here at the Tacoma Stars. How's everybody doing tonight? I know you can do better than that. How's everybody doing tonight? There you go. There's the Stars power I know. We've got Washington Premier Football Club joining us on the field today. How you doing, boys? They're going to play some soccer. Got two teams out here. Once again, Washington Premier Soccer Club is joining us tonight on the field. They brought a lot of fans, brought a lot of family, all in support of the Tacoma Stars, and now we'd like to support them by letting them play soccer on the field. You guys got your two teams? We're about ready to get this game underway. We've got goalies making their way to their goal, and here we go. This should be pretty good. So fans, we have our merch table located in the concourse by the main entrance of the building. We're selling away some incredible Star sweatshirts, shirts, coats. We have a Tacoma Stars blanket available. They're all available for purchase at our Tacoma Stars merch table located in the concourse. Go see Aisha. Go see Aisha at the merch table. Once again, these two teams will be playing until the 7-minute mark, and then we'll switch it up for the next Washington Premier Football Club. That's some fancy moves by number 24 here. He's making his way towards it. But watch out! Holy smokes! That's the beauty of not having glass. You're part of the action. Black will take possession. Nice job, Hannah. 1. 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds. We need a winner. Currently tied up at 1-1. 15 seconds remaining. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the first game. The end of the tie, 1-1. Thank you to both these teams for coming out. Go ahead and exit the field. Heads up, Casey. Boom! Got him. Nice. All right, we have our next Washington Premier Football Club coming onto the field. Let's give it up for Washington Premier Football Club. All right, come on, kids. One team over on the left and one team on the right. Let's get this going. We got green versus orange. Got Starman and goal, Leo out on the field. You got a soccer ball? Can't play soccer without a soccer ball. That's just crazy. There it is. Vámonos, let's go. A lot more kids this second game. This is going to be mayhem. I might have to get in on this one and score a goal myself. There's the first goal of the game. 1-0, green leads. Got 4 minutes remaining. What a pass. Perry with the dive, and it's in there. We're tied at 1. Perry was a wall last home game, and he lets the first goal get away from him in this one. We're tied at 1 game apiece, 1 goal apiece. We've got about a minute remaining. 50 seconds remaining. 50 seconds. 50 seconds, boys. All kinds of rules being broken here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's it. Let's give it up one more time for Washington Premier Football Club. Nice and loud, fans.
Back to the action here. Beautiful Kent, Washington. A beautiful, crisp winter day here in the Pacific Northwest. And we are through one half of action where the Stars lead the Turlock Express 3-0. A 0-0 start to the game after one quarter. Goals by Dan Antoniuk, Jamail Cox, and Troy Peterson made up the scoring for Tacoma. 2 assists for Nick Pereira, 1 for Alan Matingu, a Wallace Scora assist. And that's where we are right now. Tacoma dominating possession in this ball game. And yeah, Turlock just has no answers to what Tacoma's throwing out there at him tonight. So here we go, third quarter underway, and Turlock starts it right off by giving it away to Tacoma. Stolen by Raphael Cox. Cox gets it back. Cox over to Pereira. Pereira with it in the corner. Plays it back to the middle. Well, no, I thought he was, but he doesn't. He holds on to it. Couple step overs. Finds Raphael in the middle. Now Jertson, the silent assassin, with it. All the way across to the goal scorer, Peterson. Peterson flips it over Campos. Back to Pereira. Pereira to Peterson. Back to Pereira. And the goal! Give and go. Troy Peterson and Nick Pereira, as easy as they come. And Nick Pereira with his third point of the night, assist to Troy Peterson.
Yeah, just a simple play. Turlock hasn't even been over the half on this half. Just a simple layoff to Pereira and a nice, easy touch in.
And just, you got a question. I mean, 3 guys came to Troy Peterson, left Nick Pereira all alone in the middle of the pitch. Nothing that they could do to stop him, and it is 4-0 Tacoma. Now Campos with a quick restart. Turlock finds in the middle as a handball, and they call it the handball against Placencia. Turlock come out a little aggressive there on that. But Tacoma with the ball again. 14 to go here in the third. And there's Corey Keats, the man with the greatest hair in the MASL, with the ball.
It's a good-looking head of hair, there's no doubt about it. I think Joseph Kyrell, although not active tonight, has a pretty nice do himself.
But I tell you, I only say that because we have the same hairstyle. So there you go. So there's Corey Keats with it again. Finds Jamail. Jamail opened the scoring tonight with a goal. Actually, he had the second goal. Never mind, he gets the ball back, though. And he gets shoved off the ball. No call, he stays with it. Plays it past Martinez. It rolls in front of the goal. Nobody can get to it. And a foul is going to be called against Jamail Cox. And see, it looks like he ran right over Edgar Martinez. And Martinez is down, holding his knee.
Take a look at the replay here. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Edgar Martinez definitely took a little bit of a shot. It was nothing malicious by Cox. He was just trying to stop.
Yeah, he was just trying to stop, and looks like the trainer's going to come out and take a look. You see again, it looked like Cox tried to hold up, but I think his momentum carried him into Martinez a little bit.
I think that maybe he ran into him and he pushed his knee into the boards is what I think happened. When he ran into him just enough to knock him into the boards. And
you can tell he's in a little bit of pain there.
Yeah, he got his knee up into that board, and I can't feel good.
No. And again, the timing of the playing of Sweet Caroline leaves something to be desired.
We're not even going to get to the good part.
No.
Unless they keep it going for a while. They might.
Now, here comes Edgar Martinez back to the action. Long throw in. Finds Villegas. Villegas, sans neck warmer as he's back into the action with a full neck.
Well, he kept that neck warm.
He did. He did. Now it's Matingu. Back heels over to McCluskey. McCluskey gets it back in. Turlock wins it. Here comes Villegas. Villegas plays it back. Shot. Blocked. Cleared out, but held in, and then cleared out again by Matingu. So now Arturo Polito with it. Plays it over to Martinez. Martinez down to Placencia. Plays it back to Polito. And he gives it up to McCluskey, who falls down but manages to stay with it but loses it back. So now here comes Turlock. Placencia just couldn't hang on to the ball. And now Trevor Jensen running hard after it. But Turlock maintains possession. Good run of play here for Turlock. And they've got Monzo wide open, one-on-one. Monzo with a shot, but a great recovery by Peterson to slide in and block that shot up into the net. That's his forte, is blocking shots. And none bigger than that one right there. Corner kick coming up for Turlock.
And he taps his chest, says, that's my bad, let him get behind me. But beautiful recovery.
Now the quick shot blocked by Palmer. And here comes Jensen again. Jensen plays it off the boards to himself but can't get there in time. And Martinez gets it away. That's Gutierrez, plays it down to Monzo again, leaves it off for, that is Jorge Carmona. And it's played up into the net. And it's going to be a restart at the top for Turlock.
Looks like that ball is just going to stay there for a while.
Yep. Best seats in the house.
Yeah. So there's a stoppage and somebody can retrieve it.
So now here comes Campos. Ivan Campos. No, it's Plasencia shoots it into the wall. And now Campos gets it back. He retrieves it. No goals for him tonight. No goals at all for Turlock. With 11:50 to go here in the third quarter. 3-0 is the score. Once again, my name is John McGlamory, joined by Brandon Sparks here from the video goal replay booth. Now Campos leaves it off. Plasencia with the back heel goal. What an amazing shot by Plasencia. Adrian Plasencia with the back heel goal that beats Waltman, and it is 4-1.
Yeah, just a beautiful play right there in the middle as he just did something with the rebound. He wasn't turned the right way and just pokes it in.
Yeah,
play.
Yeah, Campos with the assist on that one, and Plasencia breaks through the Waltman wall as he went more than a half without giving up a goal. But the shutout is not to be as Turlock finds the back of the net. And now Tacoma kicks it long and loses possession. Pereira tries to hold it in. Turlock unable to get it out, but Martinez snags it, and here comes Turlock again. That's Polito, Arturo Polito, to Adrian Polito. Tries to get around Cox, double team by Pereira, holds it back, tries to split the defense, can't do it, and Raphael Cox comes away with it, plays it up to McNeely. McNeely tried to play it out, held in by Turlock. Polito again, over to his brother Polito, back to Polito. And now the ball is played back to Luis Martinez. Down low to Campos, covered up by the silent assassin. Campos double team now on the backside by Keats, and the ball slides into the hands of Danny Waltman. 10:23 to go here in the third quarter. 4-1 is your score. And Tacoma now with the ball. Corey Keats. Danny Waltman, and now Troy Peterson. Peterson plays it long into Vince McCluskey, who bodies up on Plasencia in the corner. McCluskey holds it in, tries to find a streaking Keats, but can't get the pass to him. Passes it back to Lund. Lund now over to Peterson. Peterson finds Jamail. McCluskey in the middle. Ball stolen away from behind, and now Turlock had the numbers, but they pull it back.
Just enough of a little bit of a push in the back. Not enough for a foul, but enough to knock McCluskey off of that ball, and finally they get it back.
Yeah, and Turlock is a much different team than we saw in the first half, as they're possessing the ball much more and kind of controlling the pace of play right now. Campos with the turn off the boards, can't get it cleared, but held in by Carmona. Carmona now has it. Villegas wants it. Carmona shoots it, and it's saved by Waltman. Villegas, I think he might have had an opening for a shot, and he wanted the ball, but Carmona just ignored him and took the shot himself, and Tacoma comes away with it.
Well, if he would have kept that neck warmer on,
I'm telling you.
maybe he would have got it.
Well, there's Antoniuk now, leaves it off for Keats, plays it back. Peterson has to chase it back. Mr. Peterson, as they say. Down into the corner to Antoniuk. Antoniuk back heel, leaves it off for Hansen, and the shot goes just wide, and here comes Turlock. Polito forced back, plays it over to Luis Martinez, and now back to Polito. Edgar Martinez coming up the near side, nobody on him. And he plays it to Adrian Gutierrez, and now Palmer steals it, gets away from a man, plays it back. He's got Antoniuk in the middle. Antoniuk has it now. Peterson on his right, leaves it for Peterson, and he shoots it, and it's blocked. And now Turlock can break if they want to. Here comes Campos Ivan Campos. Deceptively fast, and the shot and the score. Ivan Campos with the goal, as he just did enough to get around the Stars defense and gets it past Waltman for the score. Now it's 4-2.
Yeah, just a strong shot, really nothing to it. No trickery or anything. Just a strong shot that fooled Waltman a bit. Got a little piece of it. Bounced under his hand. Timeout taken, 4-2. Stars have the lead.
Yep, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with you right after this timeout.
It's time for Flex Cam. I need help finding where the beach is. Where's the beach? Someone's got to know where the beach is. There you go. It's Flex Cam, not Dab Cam. Someone show me where the beach is. I have no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. No, it's that way. Okay, thank you, thank you. I know there's got to be more muscles out there in the stands. There's a Star super fan right now. Where's your guns?
And
John, we couldn't get on Flex
No.
Cam. Sorry.
no, we couldn't. Back to the action, though. We're Turlock flexing a little bit here in the second half as they've picked up 2 and closed the gap to 2 goals. It's 4-2. Midway through the third quarter. And like I said, Turlock playing so much better after the halftime break.
Fans, we have 7 minutes remaining until the end of the third quarter.
And so here comes
Again, we're doing our mini ball.
Pereira. Leaves it off for McNeely, who shoots it just high.
Once again, 7
Stars maintain. Jertson plays it down in the low corner. Turnaround shot by Cox. Held in by Tacoma. Turlock can't get out of their own zone right now, and they do get away with it now. Polito, and you got a streaking Monzo again. He's wide open, and he's going to turn. He's going to play it off the boards. And, oh, what a play by McNeely as Carmona had a wide open goal mouth. He thought he was fouled. The officials don't agree, and Turlock just missing another opportunity. Now Pereira finds Jertson. Jertson holds up, leaves it off for Keats. Keats to Cox, back to Keats. Boy, what a golden opportunity for Turlock to cut it to 1. Now Pereira kicks it over to himself, leaves it off the shot, and the score! What a goal by Nick Pereira! Oh my goodness!
That's your U.S. Beach Soccer captain, man. That's what he does. Look at this.
That is unbelievable.
It only touches the sand one time in that whole time and buries it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that is why you go trade for someone like Nick Pereira, because he scores goals like that. So far tonight, the Stars have 5 goals. Nick Pereira's been involved in 4 of them. 2 goals, 2 assists. And boy, just an unbelievable ball control and shot placement, which was perfect as well. But the game is not over. Here comes Campos. Campos, shot blocked by Peterson, held in by Campos, plays it back. That's Adrian Polito. Finds his brother Arturo. Back to Campos. Campos finds Adrian Gutierrez, leaves it for Campos with a shot and the slide save by Waltman. Waltman came way out of his box to save that one. And Waltman a little fired up down there, telling everybody, let's go.
Stars 5th goal, Roman number 22, Nick Pereira, his 10th goal of the season.
So Nick Pereira, with his 10th goal of the season.
We're getting the extended cut of What a Feeling tonight.
As we should. So McCluskey fighting for the ball, and he wins it. There's actually, they play the advantage, no foul called. And here comes Turlock. But Troy Peterson able to get there in time, and now Lund can break out, and he's got Jameel Cox 3-on-3. Jameel Cox shoots it just wide. Back and forth action here in the third quarter. 5-2 is your score. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the period. Edgar Martinez tried to find Placencia, but could only get as far as Lund. And Lund chips it again. 2/3 of the field. It doesn't matter. The second time in as many home games, Philip Lund with the long-range bomb. 6-2 Tacoma.
Yeah, and this is just a mistake. Edgar Martinez feeds it up deep, and I think that was Placencia out there. He wasn't looking for it. And so Lund just jumps it and just catches that Edgar Martinez is well out of his goal mouth. Calmly and coolly delivers.
And that's hard to do. That is extremely hard to do. And that's twice in as many home games as Lund has done that. The one against Ontario a little bit further. This one from about 2/3 of the field. Impressive nonetheless, and it's 6-2. Campos with it. Beats the double team and maintains possession, but the ball slips into the back of the Ontario zone, and they're forced to play it back to Martinez. He plays it long. Campos with it, bodied up by Matingu. Campos looking for somebody. Can't find anybody. Finally plays it back, but it's lost by Turlock, and here comes Antoniuk. He's got Palmer on his left. Antoniuk plays it across. Can't do it. McNeely with the rebound back to Palmer, and just can't get a shot away. Now Matingu has it, and he loses it, but now Raphael Cox off the bench to McNeely. McNeely now has it. Now Tacoma just kind of settling things out. They had a break, didn't work, and now they're going to kind of take their time. 3:06 remaining in the period. Turlock down 4-2, had a golden opportunity to get another goal. Would have made it a one-score game. That was denied, and Tacoma has scored 2 quick goals after that, and the 4-goal cushion is back as it's 6-2, 2:45 remaining in the period. Adrian Gutierrez with the interception, and Turlock gets the ball back. There's Adrian Placencia. Plays it down to Villegas. Villegas gets around Keats, but Keats wins it. And now Jertson has it with a streaking Cox. Cox has it in the side with a shot saved by Martinez. Headed back by Placencia, and Martinez controls it. Now the long pass to Villegas. He plays it back. Placencia now forces it back to Martinez. And he'll restart the action. Here comes Matthew Germain. Not much pressure by the Stars in the backfield. Now they get it back, and here comes Pereira. Pereira has Peterson on his right. He's going to lose it as good recovery defense by Turlock wins the ball back. Now Monzo finds Placencia. Placencia double teamed by Keats and Lund. Tries to keep possession, and he can't do it, but Germain wins it back, and there's a foul that's going to be called. And it's going to be called against Placencia. So a restart coming up here for Tacoma. 1:22 to go here in the third quarter. 6-2 is the score. Chase Hansen finds Pereira, leaves it back. Played it back off the boards, and Pereira couldn't get a foot to it. Now Hansen, nifty little move. Now Jamail with another nifty move. But the defense holds and forces the action back. Now Cox chipped, saved by Martinez. What a pass by Lund, found a streaking Jamail Cox. But Martinez up to the task and keeps it a 4-goal game. Now McCluskey. Vince plays it back to Matingu. And now Jamail Cox. 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's almost time to throw mini soccer balls into the window of a minivan. But first, Waltman plays it into the corner, but nobody's home. But McCluskey gets it, shoots it just high. Rebound by Palmer. Goes over the boards and into the net. Restart coming, 10.8 seconds remaining in the period. Martinez with it. Leaves it off for Polito, plays it down low. Here comes Manzo. Make that Villegas. Waltman looks up, see the time, and he's going to let it go down to triple zeros. And we will end the third quarter with a score 6-2 Tacoma. We'll be right back.
All right, it's time to take out those mini balls. It's time for the mini ball toss. We've got our Tacoma Stars band pulling out on the field right now. It'll make its way all the way down to the opposite end of the field. So you'll have 2 chances to try and get your mini ball inside the van. Once again, all successful ball tosses inside the van will be drawn. And the winner will win a sweet experience to an upcoming game. Second prize will be front row seats to an upcoming game. I saw one going just now. Once again, all ball tosses that go inside the van will be entered into a drawing for a sweet experience in front row seats. Sure if the field was wet, if you drive any differently, but this guy's a pro, definitely a pro. Made his way perfectly around the brand new CHI Franciscan logo. And making his way back to the other end of the goal.
Welcome back to the Showware Center. Fourth quarter of play coming up. 6-2 Stars. Just one score from today in the MASL. The Milwaukee Wave go to Mexico and come up empty. First 2 losses of the season as they fall to Monterrey, 14-10, and they also lost to Sonora on this road trip. Stars going to be heading down there next weekend. In fact, they play Rio Grande Valley, the Barracudas in Hidalgo, Texas. And then they make their way down to Monterrey on the 21st. And the weekend after that, they head to Sonora. So a couple big road trips coming up for the Tacoma Stars. First, they got to polish off the Turlock Express. Long ball just barely gets the woodwork as it backed Edgar Martinez all the way up. 6-2 Stars have the lead with 14:38 remaining. Quickly up, Cox. He's got Jertson running down the near side. He takes a stop, plays it back to McNeely. McNeely has nobody in front of him. Fires in just a little bit high. Where was the defense on McNeely? He fires it again. Martinez makes the save. That one goes right off of Jamel Cox's face. Played back to McNeely and headed to Waltman. Peterson to Waltman and now to McNeely. McNeely will take a look. Fires it deep into the corner to Nick Pereira, who has been massive tonight.
Magical.
Magically massive. He trots off the field, and Waltman will play it. Turlock needs 4 goals. They've barely had 4 times where they've possessed the ball for more than 30 seconds in this entire game. So it's a lot of work to do. Jertson into the middle, nobody there. And the Express will head the other way. Broken up, and we'll roll back to Keats, who will play it to Waltman. Waltman touches over to Matingu. He's got some room to run. Brings it up. He's got Lund right in front of him. Plays it to Lund. Lund. Oh, just a cheeky shot through the legs and in. Philip Lund puts the Stars up 7-2.
Cheeky indeed. The Great Dane does it again. Right through the wickets of Edgar Martinez. Stars rolling right now.
Waiting to see there we go. Oh, just a little touch. I think he got it with his left foot. Edgar Martinez didn't expect that, and it went through the wickets and in. Beautiful goal by Philip Lund. Stars have the 7-2 lead.
Yeah, and Philip Lund with double-digit goals this season. Didn't know what to expect out of him, and boy, have we been pleasantly surprised all year long.
Yeah, you really didn't know what to expect out of Philip Lund. This is, I'm pretty sure this is his first year of indoor soccer. An outdoor player before this, and he has been fantastic. He's so much tougher than we expected him to be, too. And
well, you have to be tough to play on the mean streets of the Faroe Islands, Brandon.
That is indeed true. Now Cox. Antoniuk has it taken away from him. Placencia. Plays it off the boards, and Hansen is there to play it back to Waltman. Hansen again has some room. Well, he decides to stop. He'll play it over to Waltman. Waltman over to Hansen on the near side. Stars will be content to keep it in their back half and just kick it around if that's what they are allowed to do. Antoniuk in the corner. That is 12 goals for Philip Lund this season.
And if you didn't watch the pregame show with the coach's interview, talking about how before they made the trade for Pereira, they're averaging 4.7 goals per game. And ever since Pereira's gotten here, they've scored over 8 every game except for 1. And well on their way to doing that again tonight. So you see a big difference in Nick Pereira's made. You can't harp on it enough. He's got 4 points tonight, 2 goals, 2 assists. The Stars have a 7-2 lead.
Now Cox works it in the middle and gets a little touch to it. Thought Robert Palmer could jump onto it, but Edgar Martinez comes out of his box a little bit. Well, not out of the box, but out of the goal mouth and dives on it. That ball blocked by Pereira. Back into the corner. Martinez plays it up. Now broken up, kept in. Palmer on the far side. That's Ramon. Ramon plays it to Lund. He fires, blocked. McNeely will keep it in. He's got Pereira in front of him, but he'll decide to back it back to Alain Matingu. Now Lund will play it all the way back to Danny Waltman near the yellow line. Across to Matingu. And back to Waltman. Campos putting a little bit of pressure on, but it gets all the way up to Pereira in the corner. Pereira stomps on the ball. Sends it across to Joey Jertson. Jertson will touch it into the corner. Fires off the boards, headed out. Keats. Well, Campos blocks it. It's going to go to Matingu as the Stars will keep possession. 9:45 remaining, 7-2. Tacoma with the lead. Matingu across to Keats. Keats will go back to Waltman. For a moment, Turlock was putting the press up a little bit higher. They've backed off again. Jamail, little step around. Handful of jersey, still continue the run, and Martinez gets it, and that was a blue card. They allowed the continuation of the play. So now Tacoma will go on the power play.
I was curious what was going to happen there because that was 30 yards of jersey pull right there.
Yeah.
And Cox still almost got through and got the score.
So Arturo Polito picks up the blue card, and the Stars will have the power play. Nick Pereira, Philip Lund, Raphael and Jamail Cox, and Joey Jertson out there for the man advantage. We've got Carmona, Placencia, Gutierrez, and Polito for the kill. Lund across to Cox, Jamail, Jertson and Jamail. Over to Lund. Lund plays it to Pereira. Beautiful pass, goal! Perfect little touch by Raphael Cox. And the Stars take an 8-2 lead with 8:50 remaining in the game.
And just as I was going to compliment Turlock on a good job of extending their defense and pushing Tacoma out, they beat the press. And it was a beautiful pass to Jamail Cox, who just laid it off to his brother. And Raphael just tapped it in, and it is 8-2.
Yeah, Jamail to Raphael, the Cox brothers getting it done on the power play. 8-2 Stars with 8:50 remaining. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Tacoma Stars Soccer.
It's time for boys and girls, thank you so much for playing Tacoma Stars Bongo here. We'll do it again sometime soon.
Back to action here at the ShoWare Center. 8-2 Stars have the lead. 8:38 remaining. Turlock trying to answer. New goalkeeper in for the Turlock Express as Martin Sanchez takes over for Edgar Martinez. Blocked by Waltman. Still kept in the corner. Across the goal mouth. Trying to clear it are the Stars.
Turlock is in full strength. Turlock is in full strength.
I was the announcer said that the power play was still on. That would confuse me for a moment, but both teams have full strength. Stars trying to get it out of there as still not really allowing much. The shot and goal as that just rebound kind of rattled around there and found Carlos Manzo, buried it, and it's 8-3 Stars with 7:38 remaining.
Yeah, I mean, the extra attacker paying dividends here. Villegas played it off the boards, and Manzo right there with the wall of scorer.
Yeah, it went right to him. I thought it rattled around a bit, but it found him right away. 8-3 Stars, 7:38 remaining. Martin Sanchez, like I said, the new goalkeeper for the Express, has not been tested yet, as that was a nice response by the Express.
Once again, that's tonight's center collision of the game.
Down into the corner, Antoniuk. Shot. Jertson lined one up, but just a bit high. Gutierrez will get it up. Campos plays it back, and near side to Germain. He'll get it back. Takes a look. Plays it across to Sanchez. Sanchez will fire it deep into the corner. Villegas into the middle, but broken up. Matingu. It's to Cox. Cox has it taken away. Played down into the corner, but Placencia didn't go. Now McNeely will get it up. Cross to Antoniuk. Antoniuk stops. Loses possession into the midfield. Campos will touch it all the way forward. Placencia fires it against the board. Saved by Waltman. And now Matingu doing battle. Gets it back to Waltman. The pressure has been high for Turlock after giving up that 8th goal. But now maybe a little too high as Pereira is there. Stops, turns, shot. Oh! Goal! Nick Pereira! 9-3 Stars.
Just drop the mic and walk off the field. You have done enough. 3 goals, 2 assists tonight. Nick Pereira, another unbelievable shot. Back to the goal. Just flips around and shoots it past Sanchez. Tacoma up 6 with 6 to play.
He's just so quick on these turns. Let's watch this. Got his back to the goal. One touch, turn, shot. Nothing Sanchez could do.
And there's not much room there between Sanchez and the side of the goal mouth. And he put it right there. So, unbelievable.
So Nick Pereira having a night for the Stars as they have the 9-3 lead over the Turlock Express. Campos has added a goal tonight to his 30, his 31 on the season. Now Lundo, not a whole lot there, but a little, just enough of a push in the back on that to draw the foul.
That's on Stars number 8, Philip Lund. first foul of the night.
Into the middle to Keats. Jamail Cox gets it. McCluskey across, but it's broken up right in the middle. Now Pulido has some room to run. Defense collapses pretty quickly on him. Campos will play it back. Adrian Pulido to Jermaine. Near side to Villegas. Next home game for the Stars coming up on February 2nd. They get a pair of home games after a 3-game road trip that takes them to Mexico. Now the chase is on down low as Cox is all over. Ooh, right in the middle. And that little touch down by Cox trying to get, I think he was trying to pass it to Keats. Or maybe trick Sanchez, but it goes right into Sanchez. Makes the save. Now Villegas fires. Waltman save. Loose ball in the middle. Waltman will clear it. Doesn't get past the yellow line. Lund touches it. Now Ramon Palmer, good defense. Does that look like it might have been open for a second? Beautiful touch. McCluskey chasing it down. Sanchez is there. Well out of his goal. Trying to get it. Oh, nice block by Placencia. It was right in the right place. Now Lund will go over to Hansen. And back to Troy Peterson. Peterson will play it back to Waltman. I was just thinking Lund has not had he's not had the opportunity to have any restart goals. It's one of the things he does best.
Yeah.
There haven't been any of those really, right?
No, Tacoma hasn't had any, I don't believe. No, they've had one. I think they've had the one.
Yeah.
On the far end. But, yeah, just the theme of the night, I mean, it's just been a well-played game. Not a lot of fouls.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean. Villegas will play it over to Campos. As we say that, a little action off the ball there. 3:07 remaining, 6-goal lead for the Stars, 9-3. Shot saved by Waltman, goes down to get it. Corrals that rebound before it could turn into a rebound.
And Waltman's been just his normal solid self tonight. But only 10 official shots on goal tonight for Turlock, so not a lot of work for him to do.
Now Antoniuk to Jertson. And Joey will get it back again, near side now. Goes across to Cox, back to Matingu. Clock running down, 2:20 remaining. Antoniuk. Jermaine does a good job of getting a foot on that to break it up. Sanchez will send it up, but gets back to Matingu. McNeely sends it deep. There's Pereira, but Pulido is there to knock it out. And so the Stars now, here's an opportunity, but no Lund out there. It is Pereira who will restart. Pereira right into the middle, broken up. Will be sent all the way back to Waltman. Minute 40 remaining. Into the corner to Pereira. Knocks it against the boards. Takes a look. Man backs off a bit. Matingu. Oh, a nice stop by Martinez. Minute 17 remaining. As you may have heard, next home game, February 2nd against the El Paso Coyotes. Now Cox, shot, goal! The Cox brothers hook up again. 9-3 Stars.
Yeah, just unbelievable passing. And it's everybody. I mean, everybody is passing the ball. The team has gotten so unselfish. And the results have been very positive as well. And once again, you can see Jameel Cox draws the defense, leaves it off for Raff, and he puts it in the upper corner. Nothing the goalie can do. The Stars have an insurmountable lead now.
Yeah, 10-3. My bad. I said 9, but 10-3. A minute 3 remaining. Jameel Cox to Rafael Cox. And that is going to salt this one away, no doubt about it. Not that it was really in doubt. Clock has not started yet. Still a minute 3 to play. And plenty of time to go ahead and score another one since the clock still has not started.
There it goes.
There it goes. Good 20 extra seconds. Hey, free soccer here at the ShoWare Center. Polito into the corner to Campos. Campos. This little back heel, he gets it back. Broken up by McCluskey. He'll send it deep to Lund. Lund. It's got McCluskey running on the other side. Couldn't quite catch up with it. Lund now takes a high shot, headed back to Sanchez. Sanchez will deliver deep to Campos. 20 seconds remaining. Campos trying to add to his total. We're broken up, and now Lund will get it back. Just 10 seconds left. 6 seconds left. Palmer wanted the foul. He's not going to get that foul with just 10 seconds left, and that will do it tonight as the Tacoma Stars put a hurting on the Turlock Express. They knocked them off 10-3. John, it was 4-2 at one moment, and then the Stars, maybe sensing a little bit of danger, really put on the gas.
Yeah, and the Stars, a defensive play by Troy Peterson that knocked away an attempt by Turlock to bring them within one. This is the difference in the game as Tacoma turned on the Jets, got 2, made it 6-2. They haven't looked back after a sluggish 0-0 start after one quarter. We end up 10-3. Stars on the winning end. Good guys win, and we'll be back here on February 2nd as the Stars take on the El Paso Coyotes.
Yeah, Tacoma now 6-7 on the season. They are a half game behind Ontario, who's 6-6. 3-game road trip coming up, though. Rio Grande Valley, never fun. Well, it's all right to go to the Rio Grande Valley, but that's a pretty tough trip. And then to Monterey, and then the weekend after that, down to Sonora, and then 2 games at home, the El Paso Coyotes and the San Diego Sockers. So again, 10-3, Stars take the win. That's going to do it for us. John McGlamory, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Good to be here as always.
Thank you for watching on MASL.TV. We'll see you next time. My name is Brandon Sparks. Good night.